What's up, peeps? No Fly Zone back again. Got a co-host of mine, Mr. Kwame Smith.
It's
Going
good.
on? What's going on with your brother?
Trying to get in from that rain.
I'm kind of glad it's starting to rain because this ain't about the life with this hot and heat going on. So I had to leave work early yesterday because I had a bad headache. So I should have just stayed in because it was too ain't hot already outside. But needless to say, everything is peachy, as they say. So I didn't really get a chance to really look at AEW. I was looking at bits and pieces of it, but um, I seen the promo with CM Punk and Moxley. I almost said Dean Ambrose. Sorry. Uh, but what did you think
I,
about the promo between them two?
I didn't even see it. I was at church.
Oh, you see? Oh, okay. I saw. I think one part. I think Moxley said the reason why um, CM Punk came to AEW because he needed the money. So that was pretty funny on that comment. So, but it is. I think AEW is going to go strong, hopefully. But I think in the long run, with the superstar that they have, they just need to be elevated. They just need to downsize on the wrestlers that they have because they have too much. But I think it's okay to a point where people need to make a living, but it's just to the point where some of these companies have too many wrestlers. Um, I think sometimes these wrestling companies get to a point when they got to get the hottest commodity, and that's okay to uplift and bring in competition. But at the same time, if you already have wrestlers already there, they should be already the older the vet the wrestlers that have more experience should be able to really help out the younger wrestlers to build them up with their character, their delivery, with the promos and the matches. So I don't know. I think with AEW, I think they're gonna stay here for a little while, but I just can't really see them really beating WWE in a way. Now with the changes that WWE got going on right now, so it's
Some much needed changes.
that it. I was kind of happy, but with it, I think in my mind, I think even though Vince has retired, I just don't really think he really. I think he's probably going to sit back and probably be able to really just take a break. But I just don't think he's really fully gone. Gone. I think his energy is still there, but I think the chains of everything that's been held back with preventing wrestlers and the commentary to say stuff is kind of making it more refreshing. So, like I was talking about last night with Michael Cole, like I ain't never heard Michael Cole get happy about a match and saying, what did he say about Brock? Brock, just stay down for God's sakes. Like, I ain't never heard Michael Cole sound like that before. So that was pretty funny. So, but I think like overall, like since AEW has been there, what do you wish that they kind of do starting like since when Triple H started with WWE? Do you think they need to kind of like keep it on a one show or still do the two shows?
It depends on how many wrestlers gonna be there. That's the thing.
Cause I mean, shoot, we might as well get our family and crew and everybody to join AEW. Cause I mean, shoot, if they got that much of a paycheck, a big checkbook to sign everybody, they might as well.
I mean, Jericho's the highest paid. He's the highest paid one.
from my recollection, I think I'm not sure if Kenny Omega is still in the conversation of that, but that's here or there.
I
So,
told y'all he was coming back tonight.
but I mean, he looked pretty good, but you could tell he had that compression shirt on. So I think he's kind of like building up toward him being his original self. But I think in the way of he has to really get that ring rust because he hasn't been seen since last year. So plus, I mean, that's a lot of time to be off and wrestling. It's just like kind of in comparison to when The Rock was gone for the last number of years. When he first left in 2004 and he came back 2011, so that's like 7 years,
Yeah.
and then he didn't have his first official match until later that year in Survivor Series. So that's a lot of time because it's just like it's kind of in comparison how Michael Jordan was saying when he left, retired from basketball and went to baseball. You got to do different regiments and different types of exercise just to get in them shapes. So I know what kind of injury did Kenny Omega have anyway? Because I don't even remember what.
What didn't he have?
Cause wasn't it like a shoulder surgery or something?
Shoulder. He had shoulder. He had something with his back. He had like 7 or 8 different injuries. Yeah, he was hurt.
Mm.
He was so he was
Oh,
hurt.
okay. So, do you feel with him being gone? Do you feel like some of the wrestlers was able to elevate themselves while him being gone, or do you feel like they kind of took a step back?
Come on, Kenny.
No, I'm saying like all the wrestlers that was there. I mean, they're still there when he was there. Like the Young Bucks and everybody else. Do you feel like some of the wrestlers kind of elevate themselves since he's been gone, or do you think they kind of took a step back with him not being there?
Nah, they elevated. I mean, they
Okay,
did add some. They did add some people. So
because I mean I don't know. I just still feel like it just reminds me of WCW though. It just like both of the shows remind me of Nitro and Thunder in a way. Because I mean I think with what WWE is doing, they plotting the storytelling for the long haul. So I just don't see AEW really doing that. They just doing okay. We're gonna have a 2 or 3 matches out of these guys, and then that's it. I think so. I don't know. I think what WWE doing in their standpoint, telling the story, is going to really turn heads. Um, Maybe in my opinion that the way that they're going is going to pay off maybe like at a Survivor Series or Royal Rumble for that matter or WrestleMania. So I think like with the way it goes and how it's showing that each time they got plenty of possibilities to turn the possibility into a reality with the matches.
yeah,
So I mean from what I mean Bobby Lashley and AJ Styles. Then you got Kevin Owens and Drew McIntyre. So those are potential pay-per-view matches. I think Donald or somebody else said it on their comments. You getting sick and tired of seeing the world title matches on TV. It's like whatever happened to it being on pay-per-views. I think it's just showing you how much they're willing to just rather just deal with TV ratings than the pay-per-view buy rates. Um, Hopefully, one of my guests comes back. I'm just here for a minute whenever he comes back. But I think like any questions from my viewer that's watching, like anything in particular with like wrestling or something that you think that you want to share. Um, but I think like sometimes these companies they don't really have like a ulterior motive or direction in mind to really figure out, well, okay, how can we be different from the competition? you have to compete with like everything now, like TV, sports, things of that nature, like with everything that you have to deal with. So it's like you have to try to compete with everybody else and how to be how to stand out in the crowd. So you have to just figure out how can you stand out from WWE. Well, even though
Oh wow.
AEW and are you good? How can you stand out with AEW and Ring of Honor, which they're together? But I think with WWE, what they finna do now, they finna have a lot of storytelling,
Yeah.
and I
I think
just
Me and Donald were talking about that ooh, 2 weeks ago when Triple H took over. We were like, Forbidden Door. If they had that talk, WWE versus AEW.
but I think I think it has to have like a lot of like swerves in it. But I think this time with how it looks, their roster is pretty much not the same how WCW was in the early '90s. But with you if you have like a 10-man tag, you have some firepower to make it the most talked about match. But you got to have the people behind under on the other cards too. So
Yeah.
you have like some women from uh Raw and SmackDown and NXT with AEW to be involved to make it be like, okay, this is the ultimate competition. I think of like the women's championships. I think of, even though she don't have one, Bianca and Jade Cargill. That could be a good fire match.
That should
Um,
be pretty good.
um, I think maybe Bailey and Dr. Britt. That could be a fire match. Or
Who?
Charlotte and what's that girl, Dr. Britt or whatever her name,
Oh,
the
Britt Baker. That she needs to face
yeah,
Sasha Banks.
or Charlotte Flair, one or two. So I think like when you have like these matches, it has to be playing where it makes sense. So I think like we're talking about the Forbidden Door, the wrestlers have to really make it a Forbidden Door. So I think like if you want to include CM Punk in this, it's going to take a while because I think like his relationship with WWE is still unrepairable. I think it's like you have to get like somebody to rep him in order for in order for the negotiations to go right. So I think like if you having like a 10-man, you having Kenny, Jericho, the Young Bucks, you can put
Yeah.
either Punk, Moxley, or Bryan in there. But Punk has to really it's like I think for the never say never for really CM Punk to come back, they need to have some type of picking up the broken pieces type relationship in order for it to move forward. So I think it's. I mean, I still see him coming back to WWE one of these days. Maybe he
Yeah.
gets inducted into the
To be
Hall
in
of
the Hall of
Fame or
Fame.
whatever. But I think like they really had to have a really a grown man conversation to where they can just be like better than what they was before. I think it's just I think it's when you hit them rough patches with companies, it's hard to tell if somebody's going to recover. So I think when he said he had plenty of money to live off of the next couple of years, I really believe that too. So especially with
Yeah,
the
because
matches that
that
he had at
lawsuit he had, right?
WrestleMania, yeah, I think he had a lawsuit sent a letter being sent to him saying he was fired on his wedding day, the day he got married. So and then plus they were doing the WWE 2K15 game when they're doing the showcase. They already got him in the game, but they didn't even get his approval to use his likeness and everything. So they reached the settlement out of court. So, but the way that you have like these mods on these video games, you can create a CM Punk. You
Yeah.
can create a Eddie Guerrero. Well, you don't have to really create Eddie Guerrero. You can create a Chris Benoit or create
Yeah, that's right.
wrestlers
Chris
that
ain't he ain't in none of the games.
He's not even mentioned on his name not even on WWE Network. Like everything, like when they celebrate, like make it like when they say like Randy Orton is the youngest heavyweight champion, they don't even mention the person that he beat. So he's pretty much stricken, abolished from WWE history because of everything that happened. Which is sad to see, but at the same time, dude, you killed yourself and your family. So that's a big no no. That is a big no no. So I don't know. I think like with everything that's going on, in my opinion, it's going well. I just don't want what they just really need to do for WWE. And I said it the other day. They need to go ahead and kill that 24/7 title.
Bring the hardcore title back.
They need to do something because that is getting to the point where it's just so bad. Like it's not even interesting no more. Um, is that my microphone?
Ooh, going down out there.
Oh, that's the rain on your end, huh?
Yeah, it's raining pretty hard.
God dog.
I made it just in time. Making sure I got home. I thought I was gonna catch AEW, but I missed it. Sorry. I can always go on
all that
Instagram.
I was able to watch some of it on Instagram. People sharing and talking about it and stuff like that. Then I was looking on Pipe Bomb News. I think today made it uh, 7 years when probably 7 to 8 when Brock Lesnar beat John Cena for the title, giving him 16 suplexes.
Still ain't seen that match.
Bro, I had to cringe looking at that match, bro. That I couldn't. Dude, there's no way I can hold my food in from getting suplexed that many times. Like there's no way.
That's a lot. That's a lot of suplexes.
But I guess I wanted to change up the subject for a bit um, and talk about the upcoming NBA season.
There's a lot of good games
Um,
coming up.
yeah. So I'm curious to know, outside of the Mavericks, what other Christmas game are you anxious to see?
The Grizzlies and the Warriors.
That the semifinals rematch, ain't it?
Uh, yeah.
Semifinals, okay. So I think like, what do you like about the current NBA seasons now? Like, what do you enjoy about the NBA now, and what you think they need to do to further the game or make it better?
Mm, mm. I like the All Star game. That's pretty neat. They keep that one.
So do you think they should make it more competitive or just keep it
Nah, they can feel like it is.
okay? Okay.
Uh, less fouls, I guess. Change up the calls.
Like review the calls or let some of them physical plays slide a little bit.
Yeah, let some of the plays slide. Like everything ain't gotta be a foul.
Sneezing is a foul. Sneezing somebody somebody's arm is a foul.
Yeah, it's crazy. Some things need to be taken out of. Let's see. Let's see what else. Right here in the 4 point line. How about that one? Right here in the 4 point line. That'll be dope. 4 point line. Uh, yeah, I think that'll be good. They do all that. Uh, I don't know what they did back in the day. Hmm. Yeah, that'll be fine. They really don't have to change up much.